Guys, I think I've been unintentionally disrespecting one of the greatest wonder kids of 2024, Cubarsi. Now, I was just going to react to a video of the top 10 wonder kids of 2024, and in the comment section, everyone was united. Like, there was like 200 comments or something of people saying that Cubarsi not being included in the list was criminal. And so I realized I've reacted to a good number of Barcelona highlights from this season on my Patreon, link in the description. And I have paid attention to the attacking players, Yamal, to Rafinha, to Lewandowski, and I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to the defense. And so I got to ask the question. I think I have been, it's not really a question, I think I have been disrespecting one of the great defenders of this game, and I'm going to learn about him today. That's the point of this video, to learn about one of the greats that is coming up through the ranks right now. So let's learn about Cubarsi.
Barcelona's defence has been staggering. They've drawn 75 offsides in 15 games and kept the likes of Vini, Mbappe and Harry Kane very quiet. An important piece to this defence is 17-year-old.
It's crazy because, like I said, I've only been focused on their attack because their attack is so lethal with those brilliant players up top. So I haven't really noticed the defense at all.
Pau Cubarsi, who has been an important part of the defensive success. In this video, we will analyse how he plays the offside trap, his ball-playing ability, how he uses his body to gain an advantage, and his defending intelligence. We are going to begin with the offside trap. This season, Barcelona has held a very high line, which has contributed number of offsides called. One of the triggers...
I shouldn't do this in reaction videos. I had gotten a phone call, and I ignored it just now. So let me watch what was said.
...is the Real Madrid player. Instead of standing still, Cubarsi pushes up to be in line with Balde. By doing this, Mbappe can no longer slip in behind because he would be offside, and Cubarsi also condenses the amount of space Real Madrid has to play. Usually when someone receives the ball out wide, strikers try to make this run. But since Cubarsi steps up, Mbappe now has to go backward to be onside. Or, like on this play, he stays still and is offsides. This is why Mbappe had difficulty staying onside in the Clásico.
Wow.
And creating
8 offsides for... Wow. Crazy. I've missed a lot of these games this year. I'm trying not to make an excuse, but I have so much schoolwork this semester, more than ever. And I missed a lot of these games that I wanted to watch, like the Clásico.
danger. Another key thing Cubarsi does is when he is running back and tracking a runner, he doesn't follow the player all the way, but only until he is in line with the rest of his defence. In this play, we can see Mbappe trying to run into the space behind the Barcelona defence. Cubarsi is right next to him, but notice how once he is in line with the rest of his teammates, he stops and tilts his body back. This leads to Mbappe being offside because Mbappe is running full speed and is expecting Cubarsi to follow him, but Cubarsi suddenly stops.
Wow.
Even if Mbappe saw Cubarsi,
just the slight deceleration puts him offside. It'd be good if I could see this angle from a different angle, because it looks like this person here is keeping him onside, but because when the pass is given, but if I could see it from a different angle, it probably is. He's like a full upper body, torso out, across the offside line.
he stopped. By the time he noticed, he would still likely be offside, because the speed he was running at would make it difficult to decelerate quickly. If Cubarsi follows Mbappe, Mbappe will probably be onside and beat Cubarsi to a ball into space.
Right.
This offside trap by Cubarsi ends up with a goal being disallowed for Madrid. Here again, Cubarsi doesn't follow Mbappe past the defensive line and tilts back to make him offsides. The tilt backward is important because it makes it less likely that Mbappe will be onside by a stray arm or leg. Cubarsi also initiates the offside trap when the ball is played backward. When the other team plays the ball backward, the backline pushes up to limit the amount of space, but also to play the offside trap. Because when the ball's played back, midfielders sometimes look for the ball in behind, especially with this high of a line. However, Cubarsi and the backline step up, while Mbappe is trying to run in behind, so he ends up being offside. The timing of the movement up is vital, as pushing up after the pass is played means Mbappe would be onside, and stepping up too early would mean the pass would likely not be played. They move up right as the Real Madrid player looks down to pass it, which allows the pass to be played and Mbappe to be offside. The last offside trigger we will talk about today is when a winger cuts in. On this play, Mbappe receives the ball outside. As he cuts in, notice how Cubarsi and the backline move. They all move up in sync and leave 3 Real Madrid players offside. This area around the box is where a lot of smart midfielders make little runs in behind as the winger cuts in. The defence stepping up doesn't allow for this, and instead makes them all offside. If they had not moved up in sync and one player didn't step up, then Real Madrid would have a clear goal-scoring opportunity since they would have 3 players onside. The trap isn't just about a high line as shown. For example, Liverpool also have a defensive line at a similar location, but Liverpool doesn't have as any offside calls drawn. This is because of the different triggers Barcelona have.
45 more. So So seems like Barca are coached very strongly to try to cause offsides. Wow. I don't know if I've heard of this effective of an offside trap.
Have been using this season. The next thing we'll cover is Cubarsi's intelligence and use of his body. Cubarsi's top speed is much slower than Mbappe's. However, he manages not to let Mbappe take advantage of his pace because he uses his arms intelligently. In this play, Mbappe plays Vinny and then tries to accelerate behind and use his pace. Cubarsi knows he won't be able to catch Mbappe in race, so notice how he puts his arm out. He does this because putting his arm out will slow down Mbappe and prevent him from bursting away. As long as it's not super aggressive, players can get away with it.
I was about to ask if you could do
is
that.
Able to stay with Mbappe on this play due to this intelligent move. Here again, Cubarsi has his arms around Mbappe, this time to prevent him from accelerating away. He's not forcefully tackling Mbappe, but just putting his body and arms around him gently. This makes it difficult for Mbappe to be able to run away from Cubarsi and helps Cubarsi make sure Mbappe won't have a free run for a ball into space. Cubarsi doesn't only use his arms to slow down players, but also uses them to mark and win the ball. In this play, Vinny tries shielding the ball from Cubarsi. Cubarsi knows that he can't try and jump the ball around Vinny with no body contact, because then Vinny could...
Sorry, you guys can't see what's going on there. He's got him down here.
Turn the other way and be gone. Cubarsi instead goes on his back to cause some discomfort to him, and then notice how he wins the ball. He puts his arms around Vinny and uses them to propel himself in front of Vinny, since the ball. He puts his arms around Vinny and uses them to propel himself in front of Vinny.
Wow, what a play. What a freaking play. What a stud here.
Since his arms are on the Brazilian, he won't be able to run away, and he can go to win the ball at the same time without having a risk. On this play, Cubarsi is marking Rudiger, who is very strong and good in the air. Notice how he has his hands all over Rudiger, and then when Rudiger tries to spin out to create separation,
wow, beautiful.
He can't aerial players, because these types of players getting a clean jump will likely result in a goal. He prevents Rudiger from being able to jump or move, and Rudiger can't do anything. This is also completely legal as long as it's not excessive force.
Crazy.
In this play, Koundé has stepped up to press, and now Cubarsi is one-on-one against Vinny. Notice how Cubarsi starts backing up before the keeper plays it long. He already anticipates the long ball and starts moving backward for 2 reasons. The first one is to have a more comfortable header, because if he started going back late, he'd have to head the ball while backpedaling, which is difficult. Also, if he doesn't move back early...
That is brilliant anticipation from a 17-year-old. Dude, Barca with these 17-year-olds, it's the just great testament to that academy system that they have there at Barca.
Vinny will likely beat him to a ball over the top, as he's much faster. Cubarsi isn't the quickest, but this intelligence is how he handles rapid players. He ends up reading the pass, then notice how he heads the ball. He heads it to a teammate instead of just heading it wherever. He does this because he wants to keep possession for his team. Heading the ball randomly up would mean Real...
It's a good play by him, but boy, it was terribly handled by his teammates.
He does this because he wants to keep possession for his team. Heading the ball randomly up
Win the
would
ball!
mean Real Madrid would have a chance to receive the second ball, and Barcelona wouldn't have possession. Similarly, in this play, Cubarsi is giving Mbappe some distance, as he is respecting Mbappe's pace. Now notice the distance between him and Mbappe. It's not too close that Mbappe can run past him, but not far enough for Mbappe to receive the ball and turn. Letting Mbappe have space means when he receives the ball, Cubarsi will have to step. Notice how he's slowly creeping up to Mbappe as he's anticipating a pass to his feet. Since he's thinking 2 steps ahead and knows the ball may go to Mbappe, creeping up means if it does go to Mbappe, he'll still be able to prevent Mbappe from having a lot of space to turn because he'll likely be right behind Mbappe once he receives it. If he doesn't anticipate this pass, then he's giving a free outlet for Madrid to play to advance the ball. These two methods are used by many great defenders who lack pace because they make up for the pace with their brains. As Pirlo once said, football is played with the head, your feet are just the tools, which Cubarsi clearly shows. Now we will move to the much anticipated part of the video, Cubarsi's ball-playing ability. According to FBref, Cubarsi ranks very highly in all ball-playing statistics, and even former coach Xavi Hernandez has spoken highly of his passing ability. First, we will go over a little movement he does, but is so important. Notice how after Cubarsi plays the ball wide, he immediately starts to back up.
He knows
he does this because when he backs up after passing, he creates more space to receive the ball again, but also for the midfielders.
That is
As we
huge.
can see, Cubarsi dropping back draws a...
That is huge, and that is something that I'm going to incorporate. I know we only play... I play at a very, very small, lethargic level because I'm fat and I've never played before in my life. But on Fridays, we play. Every Friday morning, we play in the gym. That's something I'm going to incorporate into my play style. Whenever I pass... Immediately after I pass, move into a more open space in case the ball has to come back to me. Makes it a little easier to receive the ball because that ends up being my trouble. Is I'm not really good at receiving a pass, especially when there's pressure being applied to me.
Defender with him, and now Marc Casado has space to receive the ball.
Wow.
This movement is so subtle but contributes a lot to Barcelona players constantly having multiple options. Now the way Cubarsi is able to play such good passes is because when he receives the ball, if he has even a yard of space, he will look up the field for a line-breaking pass. Many defenders would receive the ball and quickly play it to their fullback, but Cubarsi doesn't do this initially.
Also, I just gotta say, brilliant way of using game footage on YouTube without getting flagged for copyright. Brilliant, love this video.
This is why he's able to play many balls into midfield, because he's constantly scanning and looking to see if there's a chance to play in. He knows a sideways pass won't benefit the team much, and he wants to take responsibility and try to split the lines, which is so great to see. He ends up playing the ball out wide as there wasn't an option in midfield, and notice how he starts to move back again to create space for midfielders and himself.
Immediate movement.
In this example, you can see Cubarsi look all the way forward and see his teammate pointing to the space behind the defence. You can even see one of Cubarsi's teammates pointing to play it back, but he doesn't, and takes the initiative to play the pass, and hits a perfect 60-metre pass, which almost results in a goal.
That freaking pass, man. Oh.
Takes the initiative to play the pass, and hits a perfect 60-metre pass, which almost results in a goal. Again here, Cubarsi receives the ball and has no one to play to. He knows playing to the keeper would likely result in a long ball dump, so instead he has the bravery to try and play a ball into midfield from a very tight angle. His accuracy in passing is what makes him so special, because barely any people can consistently fit a ball with pace in between this type of gap. These balls are important because then the midfielders can turn and advance the ball forward.
Wow.
When the other team is pressing and there are no options to play to, Cubarsi will then try to play the striker. He doesn't just launch it long, but does it to a teammate, so there is a higher success rate for his team to keep the ball. If you think about it, when you are getting highly pressed and your midfielders are checking to you, then there will always be space in front of the striker to play to. He manages to play a perfect ball again to Lewandowski, and Barcelona can create a dangerous opportunity. The last thing we will talk about today is Cubarsi's composure. We can see as he receives the ball here, he is looking to play into the midfield, but it's covered well. Instead of panicking and playing the ball back to the keeper, he waits for the pressure from Vinny to come while still looking for a pass into midfield. Then when Vinny comes, he blocks off the passing lane well, so Cubarsi does a simple drag back and escapes the pressure. This level of ball playing and composure is simply sensational for someone this age. Very rarely will you see a centre-back sit on the ball when a player is pressing hard, but Cubarsi is just different. Okay, that is...
All right. Shout out to this content creator. Check out Footy Tactics. Look at this. Only 1,000 subscribers on this channel. You just earned a new one, buddy. Go check that out. Give him a like. Liking a video is an amazing thing. When you like a video, it's almost as if you just donated to that player or to that content creator, because the like on that video helps this video be seen by more people. So like my video if you enjoyed this reaction, and I have many more reactions like this, and you can check those out. Here somewhere there will be a video that you can click on, and I'm sure you will enjoy that video as well. I'll see you guys in the next one.